Listen carefully because what you're about to hear will decide whether you receive your January Social Security payment or whether it gets stopped without warning. The Social Security Administration has activated a new mandatory rule that goes live on January 1st, and if you fail to take one required action, your payment, whether it's SSA, SSI, SSDI, survivor, spousal, or retirement, can be paused immediately. No grace period, no second warning, no excuse accepted. And here's the alarming part. 99% of Americans haven't heard a single word about this update. Many won't know until their deposit simply doesn't arrive. But you're hearing it now, before the deadline, and that gives you a massive advantage. What exactly is happening on January 1st? Most people think January 1st is just the start of a new year. For Social Security, it's a total system overhaul. Every January, several major changes take place. New earnings limits, changes to reporting rules, Medicare deduction adjustments, updates to benefit formulas. But this time, the SSA added something new, something mandatory, something unavoidable, something that affects every single beneficiary in the country. Not a rumor, not a guess, a confirmed internal policy shift that the public was never clearly warned about. This year, Social Security implemented a strict requirement. Your payment will not be released unless your beneficiary details pass the new verification system. Even one outdated detail can freeze your entire payment. Why the SSA is doing this behind the scenes, Social Security has spent months upgrading. Internal databases, identity verification software, fraud detection systems, bank routing validation tools, automation processes. Externally, everything looked normal. Internally, a historic data cleanup was happening. Here's what the SSA discovered. Millions of beneficiary files contain outdated bank info, missing income reports for SSI, old addresses, inactive phone numbers, outdated Medicare deduction details, unverified identity data. Under the old system, small mistakes sometimes slipped through. Under the new automated system, mistakes no longer pass. Even tiny errors stop the payment instantly, and this is not optional. It's a legally required federal mandate going live on January 1st. This new rule affects every single Social Security recipient, without exception, making it one of the most wide-reaching policy shifts in years. Whether you receive traditional SSA retirement benefits, depend on SSDI disability payments, rely on SSI, collect survivor benefits, or receive spousal payments, you are directly included in this mandate. Even early retirees, pre-1997 beneficiaries who normally get their payments on the 3rd, and all Wednesday cycle beneficiaries whose payments are based on their birth date are fully covered under this requirement. In simple terms, no category is exempt and no one gets a pass, regardless of age, income, disability status, or how long you've been receiving benefits. It also doesn't matter when your payment usually arrives, whether it's on the 1st of the month, the 3rd, or on your specific Wednesday birth date cycle, because this new rule applies universally to every January payment for 2026, and failing to meet the requirement could delay or stop your benefits regardless of your payout schedule. The real problem that almost no one is talking about is that the Social Security Administration is now placing the entire responsibility directly on you, not on your bank, not on your representative payee, and not on your caregiver. Under the new system, you personally must complete a required pre-January update, and this shift is shocking because beneficiaries have always relied on banks, family members, or payees to handle most of the paperwork. But this time, the SSA is making it absolutely clear. If you don't take action, the system assumes your information is outdated or incorrect. Even the smallest error, a single wrong digit in your bank account, a tiny mismatch in your name, a missing income update, or an unreported change of address will cause your file to fail the new verification scan. And the concerning part is that there will be no advance warning at all. The automated system simply blocks the payment, places your account in a hold status, and waits silently until you discover the problem and fix it. That means your money won't arrive, your bills could go unpaid, and the delay could stretch for weeks or even months, all because of a tiny detail you weren't told to update. This is why understanding this new rule is so critical. The SSA has shifted the burden entirely onto beneficiaries, and ignoring this requirement could directly interrupt the benefits you rely on. Examples of how payments fail under the new rule. Here are real scenarios happening already. A woman in Florida didn't change her bank, but her phone number became inactive. The system flagged her file as incomplete. Her payment was held for 2 weeks. A man in California updated his Medicare plan, but didn't verify the deduction. The automated scan detected a mismatch. His retirement check was suspended. An SSI recipient opened a new bank account but didn't report it. Under the old system, payments sometimes continued briefly. Under the new rule, the payment stopped immediately. A survivor benefits recipient moved, but her address didn't match the verification database. Instant freeze. These are not rare cases. They are becoming the new normal. The one mandatory action you must complete before January 1st is simple but absolutely critical. You must verify and update all of your beneficiary information with the Social Security Administration to make sure every detail in your file perfectly matches the new verification system they are rolling out. This means carefully confirming your banking routing number and bank account number. Because even a single digit entered incorrectly or an old account you no longer use can instantly trigger a payment stop. You also need to double check your mailing address and phone number, since outdated contact information is one of the biggest reasons beneficiaries miss important notices or fail identity checks. For those with Medicare, you must ensure your premium withdrawal setup matches your current plan, because mismatched deductions are now flagged as potential errors under the new system. SSI recipients must also review their income and resource updates, making sure everything from part-time earnings to small financial changes has been reported, as the new software instantly catches inconsistencies that previously went unnoticed. If you have a representative payee, their information must also be accurate and active, since outdated payee data is one of the fastest ways payments get frozen. Even simple life changes like moving, switching banks, adjusting Medicare coverage, or updating emergency contacts can cause your file to be flagged if you haven't reported them. The SSA is not interested in your history or personal story. They simply need every piece of your current data to match the new federal verification database. Under the upgraded system, even one unmatched detail is enough for your payment to be automatically paused until the issue is corrected, which is why taking this step before the deadline is absolutely essential. To complete the required update before the January 1st deadline, you have two simple but extremely important options, and choosing either one will ensure your Social Security payments continue without interruption. The fastest option is to log into your My Social Security account and thoroughly review every detail in your profile, making sure your bank account numbers and routing information are correct, your home address and mailing address are fully updated, your phone number and email are accurate, your Medicare deductions match the plan you are currently enrolled in, and if you receive SSI, your income and resources for the year are reported and verified properly, including any change in household situation, work hours, or bank balance. Many people forget that even small updates, like switching banks or moving to a new apartment, can cause the SSA's upgraded system to flag their file, which is why this verification step is now mandatory. If you cannot access your online account because it's locked, expired, or you never created one, the second option is to call or visit your local Social Security office, where an SSA representative can manually verify all your information, update your profile, confirm your payment details, and ensure your account is compliant with the new federal verification rules. Taking one of these two steps is essential because once the new system activates on January 1st, the SSA will no longer process payments for accounts with outdated or unverified information, meaning even a small discrepancy could result in a significant payment delay. Starting January 1st, the Social Security Administration's upgraded system begins operating under new federal rules, meaning every beneficiary's file will be placed under continuous digital review. Instead of checking your information occasionally or only when a problem occurs, the new automated system will scan your record repeatedly, verify your personal data before every scheduled payment, compare your information with federal databases, and instantly flag even the smallest mismatch, whether it's an outdated phone number, an old address, a bank account change you forgot to report, a Medicare adjustment, or an SSI income update that wasn't submitted properly. Any discrepancy will trigger an automatic suspension. And here's the most critical part. The system doesn't identify who made a mistake or who simply forgot to update their information. It doesn't ask questions or give warnings. It only checks whether your file passes verification at the moment payments are processed. If it fails, even due to a tiny inconsistency, your money does not go out. and the payment is held until you fix the issue. That's exactly why updating your information before January 1st is not just recommended, but absolutely essential if you want to avoid delays, interruptions, or complete payment stoppage under the new stricter SSA system. Massive rise in scams. Whenever there is a major SSA policy change, scammers appear immediately. Here's what to remember. The SSA will never call and demand money, ask for full bank info, threaten to cut off benefits, send text messages asking for details, ask you to pay fines or fees. If you receive a suspicious message, it is not the SSA. Scammers are already preparing to exploit this rule change. Stay alert. What this new rule means for 2025 and beyond this update is only the beginning. Over the next 2 years, Social Security plans to increase automation, tighten identity verification, reduce human review, speed up benefit decisions, crack down on incorrect payments, modernize outdated systems. Some experts say automation will reduce errors. Others warn that seniors and disabled individuals may struggle with the new digital systems. Either way, this is the future, and January 1st is the first major step. If you rely on Social Security for rent, food, medication, or daily life, you cannot afford a delay. Do this now. Log into your SSA account or visit your SSA